Hey guys, it's Christian here with Douglas Realty Property Management. I know it's been a little bit since I've been in front of you here on these videos and these market updates. I've been in the Port Charlotte office for the last probably 6 weeks, helping out up there. We have a new hire up there, John. So if you are in Port Charlotte, your property's in Port Charlotte and you'll be dealing up there, John's been wonderful. He's been great. I'm very happy to have him on board. So wanted to just throw that in there real quick. But let's talk about this market. What's going on? I have a lot of you reaching out individually, like always, which is great. I love keeping you guys updated. I love the questions. I love providing that service for you. So, but for all of you that may not be here locally, I want to give you kind of a snapshot and insight of what we're seeing. So a lot of you might already know, I think I mentioned it before. I'm born and raised in Cape Coral. I lived here my whole life, a little bit in Tampa. This whole Southwest Florida area has become very unrecognizable. Some ways in good, some ways in bad. So really the bad way is just the traffic increase. But what I'm getting at is it's unrecognizable in the sense of the commercial development, the amount of people that are moving here, how fast this population has been increasing in this area, how many people want to be in the Southwest Florida area. Even a lot of you, I remember Robert, if you're watching this video, we just talked over the weekend for an hour about you wanting to retire, and moving down here. And a lot of those kind of conversations where I think a lot of people are just finally having enough and want to be down here. And we've talked about that throughout the year. But, if you've been to our Cape Coral office, in our back alley, the lot that's been back there, we have the tallest story in Cape Coral is going up right behind our office building. We had a medical division just buy a quarter lot off of Cape Parkway for like $5 million. It's just wild what we're seeing. So that's kind of, with all the pricing that we're seeing and the rents just being out of control, and just it's been awesome. It's just been a huge shot in the arm for our area. But what does that mean for you guys? So I wanted to talk about the overall market sentiment, kind of what we're seeing. And this is tied into institutional investing, stock market, hitting all-time highs yesterday, hitting all-time highs today, interest rates still remaining low. What does all this mean? So what I have found really interesting is over the last couple of years, here and there when I would list, our landlords' properties, here and there we would have institutional investors reach out and want to buy these properties. And what does that mean? These are companies that are national companies that own rental properties all over the United States. They just sit there and scan new listings. They look for ones that meet their criteria and they make cash offers, and that's it. What's happening now is we're seeing more of that than ever. Most of our listings that are going up that are rented, not vacant and geared towards retail, home buyers. This is geared towards, hey, we need another investor to pick this up because there's a tenant in place for another 6 months. Those institutional investors, I've never seen anything like it. I'm used to my 3 companies that I would normally deal with, and now there's 6 or 7, people that I'm not even hearing about, and they're coming in and they're making these cash offers, and what does it mean for you? When you have an institutional investment company, they're coming in and buying an entire area up. Literally buying an area up. That has to tell you something. These people have people that are dedicated to researching this stuff. They want to look at new schools coming in, economic data, census data, everything to know what is an area that's going to, give this company the returns that they need. So when you see them coming in and buying an area up, they're not coming in and buying at the top of a market. They're not that dumb. They're not going to do something like that. So they're coming in and researching, okay, are the feds raising interest rates? When are they planning on raising interest rates? What could possibly cause, a market dip? Is it going to be a crash? They're looking at all this stuff, guys. They know way more than you do, way more than I do, because that is their full-time gig. And when they come in and they're buying, houses and apartments and condos and whatever, cash, no contingencies, and they're just, at list price or damn close to it, that tells you something. That should give you a pretty clear indicator of what's going on. So I don't want to run too long on this video because I know you guys are busy, but I want you to just know that is a good sign for this to continue. How fast will prices continue to increase, rents increase? Nobody knows. I don't see any crash in sight. I don't think we're going to be doubling prices or anything insane. But we probably will still see steady growth through next year at least. That's kind of what we're thinking. So institutional buying has been great. That's a good sign. Rental market, we've kind of seen, I think rental market has kind of found where it needs to be. It's like a very exponential, if you're looking at the camera this way, exponential curve. And I think we're kind of finding, okay, what's the limit? You know, when buyers being renters coming in and saying, no, that's just too much. You know, I think we've kind of found that sweet spot. So that's been good. Rents are up. Applicants, we have been able to be a little bit more picky with the amount of applicants that have been coming through. A lot of our staff here has been checking in with our property owners, you know, with you guys to make sure, you know, hey, with the whole COVID situation, you know, here's what they do for work, you know, here's blah, blah, blah about them, you know, let's kind of make a decision together. I've been seeing a lot more of that going on. So overall, I think very good. So if you are wondering, you know, is now the time for you to sell, you know, we can figure out, you know, where you're at price-wise. Is now a good time to get out of it. For those of you looking to maybe pick up another property, you know, I've got a couple that are coming up. I know for a fact in November we'll have a couple of our property owners that are selling, so that might be an opportunity for you. So if you're thinking either way, maybe selling or buying more, let me know. Otherwise, if you have questions on the market, I can go into that a little bit more specifically. So it was good catching up with you guys, and hope to be back in November. And if you have any questions until then, please send me an email. Love hearing from you. We'll talk soon.